Alright, let's talk about the ceramic coat. Y'all have seen from my other videos, I did the ceramic coat on the wheels and on the body, the mothers. And also I did the version on the Hyper Dip that came from Dip Your Car. So I've just rinsed the car off. It was dirty. I haven't washed it yet. But this is basically what we've got with using a chemical that is safe for ceramic coating, but it is designed to strip salt away. So I've just basically rinsed it with that and then rinsed it high pressure water. And you can see the ceramic coat doesn't make it completely clean, but I do tend to have a lot less dirt and nasty on it for literally it basically just being a rinse. You can see here, there's our line. We've got our dirt and you can see this here. Came off here pretty well. But the ceramic coating, it did pretty well considering the car's been sitting out in the nasty. That's our brake dust. I'm only see the mechanic grab the wheel when he was working on it, so you can see clean versus where the brake dust is. That's basically as good as the ceramic coat does with getting the dirt and debris off by itself. See our sheeting action. Not sheeting so much on the Hyper Dip in comparison. On our wheels. Sheets off, but you see that dirt's still there. Let me hit it with the jet. It's still there, so it's not a wonder product. So you can compare that to how the water beads on a regular car that isn't coated. You know, yours if you haven't coated it. For being a dirty car, okay? Remember, this car's dirty. It has not been washed. This is how it beads on a dirty car. It's been sitting outside, not in the garage. It's been driven a few days in salt and snow and ice schmutz remnants, and then sitting outside at the mechanic in the dust and debris and all this bad weather. So that's how it holds up after one coating. I haven't done multiple because I didn't get a chance to, but wanted to share that with you. Now I'll go ahead and do the wash on it, and we'll see how that works as far as how clean does it come, how quickly and easily. All right, I had to find the darn Hyper Wash. Anyway, I'm using the Meguier's Hyper Wash and the Grant's foam cannon I got from Harbor Freight. Let's see how it goes. And obviously I did a video on this stuff, so I'm not going into the huge detail. I'll just have to link the video in the description. Okie doke. See if that did any better. Working with the ceramic coating to break down the contaminants. Hang on. All right. Well, yep. Not really moving anything any more than the rinsing did. I didn't anticipate it would, but figured it was worth showing you guys. I'll go back over it and do the after bucket wash. But at least this way I've loosened up any additional grime. But again, still pretty shiny. I mean, look at that. Doesn't really look all that dirty, does it? There you can start to see the dirt and the spotting that's still there. So there's limits with the products, you know. They make it seem like it's a wonder product when you see these companies talk about it and do videos on it, but I'm just trying to show you real world what happens with me when I use it. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the buckets. I'm going to rinse that off, and then we'll do a standard bucket wash to finish it off. But like I said, at least we got the contaminants out of the way as best we could ahead of time. The whole idea of getting the contaminants flushed off as best you can prior means there's less contaminants in your wash mitt, less contaminants in your wash buckets, and less scratching that happens to the paint. Let's rinse. Well, and again, even just doing it that way, it didn't take care of any of the brake contaminants or anything. So that just shows you the car's still dirty. So bucket wash time. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but just as we get started. Yeah, I'm just using the standard soap, not that hyper wash. So it's a little too sudsy for regular old washing. This is from Grant, Harbor Freight. Body's washed, working on the wheels now. But check this out. Look how clean the second bucket is. So, maybe the ceramic coating does keep a lot of the schmutz off. So, this slag is something else. I'm not sure what's going on there. Those little black marks, I don't know if y'all can pick them up or if the contrast is too much, but right here we got some spots. So, I'm going to have to investigate what that is, if I need some other type of cleaner. You know, maybe it's really severe brake dust. I'm not sure. I'm still chasing issues with the brakes. I haven't gotten to drive it enough to know if changing out to the new rotors and pads together, if that sorted the problem or not. But you can see here, this is where all the fingerprints were. This came out awesome with hardly any effort. Everything just kind of wiped right away. There was no scrubbing, nothing hard. So at least the ceramic coat is doing that. It's taking care of how much scrubbing do you have to do to get the contamination off. See our windows nice and clean. Obviously with washing they will be. Yeah, so it still looks nice, shiny and putty. Very good, very good, very good. So I'll look into what's going on with that guy, but I'm not too freaked out about it since it's only the one. So hopefully that doesn't mean there's an issue with the paint. Anyway, so yeah, I'd say it did really well. Let's see how we're doing here. Not too pleased with the ceramic coat from Dip Your Car, but I don't know what did this exactly. So it's looking like when it warms up, I may be respraying the front. See how the sides look. The sides look pretty good. I don't see any issues there. Still nice and reflective. Yeah, they still look really good. Look at that. You can see the texture from the ground. It's pretty good for a hyper dip. And again, these has more texture than do the side pieces, so that's why we're not getting the gloss. It's just kind of nature of the beast because this is so textured. This is not how I sprayed it. This is just the natural texture of this kind of plastic cladding. So you can see it here, how textured it is. It's basically the same stuff. And here too. So, whew, I can't wait to get the painted one in there instead. That looks awful. Oh, a little smudge from the mitt. But yeah, all in all, this came out great. I still got to scrub the tires down, get them looking a little bit better and cleaned up, and get in the fender wells and that, and get on the back side of the wheel with the brush, the special brush, the Happy Wheel brush. So I'll get into those barrels and clean them up. Anyway, just wanted to update you guys on how well did the car come clean with the ceramic. Oops, I'd say that did really well. Really well. So all in all, I guess that's what helps. You're not getting as dirty as you normally would. And here's our sheeting now that we're clean. So, yeah, not as dynamic as it was. In comparison, here's glass. So, yeah. Again, I only did the one coat, so that may be a lot of the reason. But yeah, that's kind of how we're sheeting. So it's definitely not up there with the true ceramic coats. It's like a hybrid, like a wax. But it does decent for what it is, you know, especially considering how cheap I got the stuff. Can't complain about that. I'm just upset that this didn't do more. I mean, it's sheeting, so yeah, I'm just not pleased with that spotting. And it may just be because it was sitting at the mechanics and having water and whatnot sit on it a lot longer than it normally would, and contamination and that salt and all those chemicals in the salt, and that was directly getting nailed by that stuff. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Take care.